It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
So you're thinking of a bumper sticker for NFL fans? You can always beat Washington.
That's exactly right.
Sell it in every market.
That'd go, right?
Yeah.
That's $1 million.
That's the second great idea this morning. What was your idea earlier, Pat?
You can't cancel Dick. Mango.
Yeah, and very tiny parenthetical.
Mango. Yeah, Dick Mango, of course. Rumor is Dick's going to come out of retirement. Probably time for the proper introductions. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Did I say Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk?
Hi, everybody.
I thought I recognized my voice. There's Pat Godwin, the Oxford Gold Group Performance Room.
Hi, Chick McGee.
Josh Arnold is here at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline. Willie Griswold is here.
Hey, man.
He took off his Colts hat. He sat it aside.
It's just right here. I might have a good hair day today. We're going to see what happens.
What a weekend for you. You killed it in Bloomington, Indiana. Nicely. Oh, and by the way, we need to say hello to the ladies at Prime Time.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
What is that?
Don't you worry about it. Our ladies at Prime Time. You know exactly.
Is it a cable company?
Christy, I had a woman tell me that you're her hero, and Chick, there was a man that stopped Josh as he was walking out. He goes, "Tell Chick McGee he's my hero."
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Did you hear that, Tom? I'm somebody's hero.
That's great.
It was lovely, man. That was so much fun.
Poor bastard.
You had a guy come up to you and say, your dad is my favorite. Remember that? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was a great time.
One real quick thing, and I'll shut up. But last night, in the middle of trick-or-treating, we went back to my own house.
All right.
Where Kelly was passing out candy. So my 5-year-old and 8-year-old went and, knocked on the door. Trick-or-treated. And they loved it.
At their own house?
Yes.
That is not allowed.
And then they were going,
weird.
Then they were going, "Can we have 2? No. Oh, my God. And I'm going, you realize you're going to get all of this if no more kids come.
She let you be alone with your children out in the wild? That's really nice.
Let or insisted. All of you, out.
Usually we all go together, but there was a complication, so she was passing out the candy.
So anyway, we have a PETA story right after this story. We've got a World Series going on, kids.
Yeah, this is big stuff.
The Houston Astros have forced a Game 6, turned a 4-0 deficit into a 9-5 win over the Bravos in Atlanta. Pinch hitter Marwin Gonzalez gave the Astros their first lead, a 2-run bases-loaded single with 2 out in the 5th. Game 6 tomorrow night in Houston. And speaking of baseball, which we were, PETA wants to see pitchers warm up in something other than the bullpen. They take exception with the name bullpen. What? Anybody want to, let's start the guessing, and if you've seen the story, don't guess.
I don't.
But go ahead and get bullpen. Bullpen instead of bullpen.
I do know what they're suggesting, and I kind of like it.
It's the funniest thing. And believe me, I've been in comedy in quotes a long time.
Yeah.
They don't want to go with warm-up track or something?
I was going to say that.
It's better than that.
Warm-up area?
PETA wants a bullpen to be called an arm barn.
That sounds like a place that sells devices for
you say more because you went to the
people
arm
who
barn.
have sadly lost an arm.
Yes.
Hey, this week at the Arm Barn.
Well, the finest in prosthetics, arm barn.
It doesn't even make sense.
Opening
to
up
me.
soon, leg barn.
I would think that Pete would be more upset about, I don't know, maybe the leather gloves.
Yeah.
Start there.
The group,
Arm
They are
barn.
upset about him, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. The group, did Pete ever picket Rawlings or anything over there?
No, not that I ever heard
I
of.
smell the pail.
They have great public relations. They really know how to get publicity, though.
Oh, yeah.
The group,
They do.
PETA released a statement saying words matter and baseball's bullpen devalue talented players and mock the misery of sensitive animals.
You know, PETA, words do matter. Why are you named after a breaded pocket that meat sure tastes good in? Especially lamb, yeah.
PETA said the name given to the area where relief pitchers warm up before entering a game refers to the holding area where terrified bulls are kept before slaughter.
Oh,
bullpen.
Look.
Yes, Tom, with his hand raised. Yes.
I'm not sure if you know this, Chick, but coming up in the news, we have.
I know.
We have a news story where the Bulls win.
Yeah.
I love those stories. And I like steak.
All right, Bull, giving it to the man.
Do you think anyone who's a member of PETA has watched a baseball game this year?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's a fair amount of hypocrisy.
Leaning
I mean,
back,
they do some good work. It's just this stuff is so silly.
the guy
Doesn't
is
Arm Barn
watching-
sound like a chicken wings place?
I don't even understand it. Arm barn.
It's where you
it
got to
doesn't
loosen up your arm.
You got to loosen
Yeah,
your
but
arm.
It's
the
not a barn.
barn, it's
Yeah.
not a barn.
Well, they want to stick with the pen, as in bull pen, I think.
Arm pen, then.
Armpit. Then it sounds like
armpit.
after
You can call it the armpit.
after the hobo lost his arm in a tragic train hop, we let him become a writer by installing an arm pen.
Godwin, I think you're right, man.
Armpit.
Armpit all the way.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, he's in the armpit.
Warming up in the armpit.
Oh, that's a deep drive to left. Oh, it's out of here. Lands in the armpit.
That makes more sense
Yeah, it's funny.
Right?
than the arm
Lands
barn.
in
with
the
it.
arm barn.
Dude, arm barn is kind of cool. If you were hanging out with a tough guy and he like had big arms, he was a workout kind of guy, and he's like, I got to see you. Got to head to the arm barn.
Work on the guns.
Cool, Eric.
No legs.
Wow, that's cool.
No,
Skipping leg day.
Exactly.
Josh, did you not famously have an observation about a store that had the word barn in the name?
Yes, yes.
What was that again?
Well, I got in trouble on a date once because we were shopping and I asked the girl if she wanted to go into Lane Bryant, and she punched me, and then after reminded me that is a store for plus size women.
Oh, I
which
didn't know that. Lane Bryant for
I
the
actually
big
didn't
ladies?
realize that either because Lane Bryant doesn't sound like a fat girl store. Dress Barn. I thought that was the fat.
Dress Barn is a bad name,
That's a
right?
horrible
And they're
name.
very successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're not, they have all sizes.
Yeah. Dress
Sure.
Barn.
Well,
But are they agriculturally themed fashions? Or?
No.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
you don't walk in, they don't have like corrals to go change your clothes.
They don't have to dress up in like cowboy hats and big belt
No.
Hey,
buckles.
bossy, we got one little fit you. Come on over here. Beep, beep, beep.
Welcome to Dress Barn.
40% off gingham.
Oh, we got Griswold up in the Arm Barn, sponsored by Dress Barn.
You got some candy for Halloween?
Yeah, Josh brought in leftover Reese's, so I've been eating Reese's all morning.
All right.
Great morning for me, man.
I got 4 huge bags of Reese's for you.
I'll see you later.
I'll bring them in. Did you mention Reno's over
We
there?
have a special guest, Tom. Go ahead.
He is comedian Reno Collier, who
There he
joins
is.
us from his home in suburban Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Is that kind?
Murfreesboro.
All right. Reno, it's always a pleasure. You're back on the road, Reno. And if this,
I am this weekend. Special event, Des Moines Funny Bone. It's good. The 5th and 6th, 2 shows Friday, 2 Saturday, and then the 19th I'm in Evansville at the Casey Newsom Center with my buddy John Reap, and then the 20th I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky at the National Corvette Museum.
all right.
Cool.
And John Reap is the Hemi guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at Reno with his dates right there. Wow.
look at that, huh? See how I did?
Nice.
Okay, so I had you guys know Dusty Slay, very funny comedian.
I love Dusty.
So
He's
he-
one of the funniest guys out there.
One of the best. And he had his wife, and we hadn't been able to see their baby because of COVID and everything. And they came over for dinner, and we were so excited to finally see the baby. And we were about to eat dinner. And I was like, I'm going to say the prayer. And I was like, dear God, thank you for beautiful Hannah and for bringing her into this world and for us letting to see, just what a gorgeous. Hannah is his wife's name.
Yeah. Hannah Hogan.
I mean, she doesn't get more beautiful than that.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Dude, I've known
Those saucy
her.
mounds of love.
I've known her for years. The baby's name is Daisy. We get done with a prayer and she's like, Reno, thank you. And I'm just looking like a total dumbass. And my wife's like, what is wrong with you? The baby's name is Daisy. And I'm like, I thought they were both Daisy.
Dusty's just gripping his beer bottle till it shatters in his hand.
Dude, Dusty was sitting there laughing so hard, looking at me like,
For my
I
money,
can't believe we're
he's
friends.
one of the best comedians working right now. He's so funny.
hands down.
That
down.
probably had to give him a joy inside.
Yeah.
Watching you making such a huge error and not stopping.
And I open my eyes and look around, and everybody's giving me that look that you get when you're a kid and you crap your pants or something like that. Just like, God.
Well, you can experience that this weekend. Funny Bone Des Moines. Okay, got it.
Yeah, funny bone Friday and
Thank you very much. Hang up the phone.
Wrap it in, guys.
Coming up, we have Elvis news, and we have more sperm news.
Oh, good. Breaking sperm news?
We have virginity news. But right now, we're going to talk with...
Boy, you really can introduce a guest, can't you?
We sure can.
There's no doubt.
We have a Tinder for dogs coming up, but... right now, we're going to talk with Ari Wilson. That's the late, great Tim Wilson's son. Hey, Ari, can you hear me okay?
Hey, can you hear me okay? I can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay, that's great. Now, we haven't seen you, Ari, for quite a while. I know you've been working on this documentary about your dad, Tim Wilson.
You got hair on your face, boy. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man, you grew up, boy.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember the last time I came down there. I think it was like early in the morning. Around like when I was like 12 or 13. That was the last time I was there.
That's what I said.
I didn't have any beard. Now I have like a huge beard.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if your dad would approve. Probably not.
I don't know either.
I'm just going to tell.
Probably not.
I know that Tim and I bonded over sideburns. Not mine, but
dude, I wish I got his sideburns.
Oh yeah,
Especially in the documentary, he's got these like killer sideburns and no hair, so that's like his like main feature.
Yeah,
and I wish I had it.
He had those. He called them those Neil Young sideburns.
Yeah,
just huge.
He wished he had Elvis sideburns, but he didn't.
I think he wishes he had Elvis's head of hair. But now tell me about you guys have this documentary, and it does include an entire in-concert performance live at the Punchline, right?
So documentary. I wish it was a full interviews, like everything's a documentary, but it's really a comedy special, and it's that's probably the right word to call it. But it is a comedy documentary special, and meaning it has a bunch of old footage that you don't really see, and if you have seen it, you're probably really old.
Okay.
And then there's about 4 different interviews of him in like 1980s through the 90s and then early 2000s. There's like a couple of clips of him playing for Jerry Reed at I think it was his memorial and stuff like that. Oh yeah, we got Roy Wood Jr. talking about him at the Punchline, and a bunch of other comics like Scotty K and a couple others.
He has a great song about Jerry Reed.
Yes.
Want me a woman who talks like Jerry.
That's the song. That's the song he plays. Yeah, he plays it live.
Tremendous. And if you're not familiar with Tim's work, I don't know what you're listening to this show for. But we still feature it all the time. Well, in fact, we'll get that Jerry Reed thing on for you in just a few minutes. We're talking with Ari. Ari, what is the? How does one watch this new Tim Wilson documentary? What's the trick to getting this?
So we put it on Patreon. And I know that's kind of probably a bummer for a lot of you old folks who don't know about technology. But we tried putting it on Netflix and Amazon and all that crap. But unfortunately, you need an aggregate to put it on there. And I have no clue. In fact, people told me to talk to you, Tom, about getting it promoted and put into physical copies. But okay. I don't know what information you might have about that. But really, right now it's on patreon.com/Safari Pictures, SOPHARI Pictures.
Like Sophia and Ari put together.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
Actually, my dad came up with that.
I love it.
My dad came up with that right before he died. Actually, like 2 years before he died, we were in Nashville trying to figure out. Sophia was recording a couple songs in Nashville, and Dad was trying to figure out what to call her labeling company or whatever. And Dad was like, "You should call it Safari Pictures, where Ari does the movie stuff and you do the music stuff." And then that kind of evolved into us making a bunch of movies together after he passed, which turned into Safari Pictures.
That's great.
So once again, it's SOPHARI and the documentary Tim Wilson Alive at the Punchline. And we'll post this on all the Bob and Tom social media platforms. So if you're driving, you don't have to remember. Now, how did he spell Safari? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's
SOPHARI.
And then when you go to Patreon, what's the next step? You just stick in a credit card and buy the thing?
Pretty much. You just stick in your credit card, pay $10. It's already posted on there. You can watch it anytime for a month. You basically rent it out for a month. And, you can cancel anytime, but we actually have more Tim Wilson stuff coming real soon. We have a couple recordings of him from 1991 and a couple of other stuff that's coming in the future. Mm-hmm. But for right now, we just need to kind of grow in order to release that stuff. So it's on Patreon, available right now. It's about 2.5 hours long. So you're gonna need some popcorn and a Coca-Cola or something.
And I'm sorry. Hang on, Ari. Did everyone else hear Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola.
Exactly the way Tim would say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'll take pride in that.
I can say this on behalf of Tim. When you said you have to be old to not know about Patreon, Tim would not know about it. I can assure you. This is a man who didn't.
Oh no!
He didn't like to get on airplanes. He didn't trust them.
Yeah.
Dad didn't like iTunes. Dad didn't like iTunes or any of that crap. If you'd have told him that half of his stuff is on Spotify, he'd probably,
Yeah.
I can't say the word.
Well, Ari, I'm glad you went to the time and trouble to put this together. I can't wait to watch it. And we'll stick the Safari Pictures thing on the various Bob and Tom social media platforms, and you can find it and check it out. And it's great seeing you, by the way.
Yes.
You too, man.
Best of luck with the project.
Yes.
And we sure miss your dad. We'll feature something from him right now. How about that?
Awesome. Thank you.
Our best to your family.
See you,
Bye,
Ari.
Ari.
Thanks, Ari.
Bye-bye.
This is the one Ari was just referencing about the great guitarist, singer, and songwriter and actor Jerry Reed. He had a way of playing and a way of talking like this.
I married a woman that talked like Jerry Reed. God just didn't bless her with the vocal cords she needs. She looks like Cindy Crawford, but that ain't the way she sounds. When we make love, I keep hearing eastbound and down. I work 60 hours a week and I bring home my check, and she says, son, you got to take me out somewhere and throw some groceries down my neck. So I took her to a fancy restaurant. She looked down her nose and said, now why don't we stop at a Choke and Puke for some grilled cheese sandwiches? I married a woman that talked like Jerry Reed. Ought to be on the cover of Playboy, cause that body's guaranteed. She talks just like that guitar man.
Researchers have determined that a mysterious alien beacon was just a false alarm, Josh.
Oh, okay.
Scientists said a disturbance detected by the Parkes Radio Telescope in Australia appeared to come from Proxima Centauri, the nearest star to the sun at 4.2 light years away.
I knew it was 4.2 or 4.1.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
However, upon further investigation, scientists found that disturbance was not made by aliens at all. A spokesman said, quote, it is human-made radio interference from some technology probably on the surface of the Earth.
Sounds like
relatively close to
CIA speak to me.
the Parkes telescope.
I've got the sound.
You do?
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Alpha Centauri.
The aliens rickrolled.
That's Earth manufactured, all right.
I remember one of these a few years ago, and it turned out to be it was the microwave.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's important to debunk these things
Of
so we can
course.
focus on the real stuff.
Because there are real ones out there.
I'll posit, what if the aliens are trying to make it look like something that we would recognize?
Certainly, it's possible.
That's a possibility.
Sure it is.
Chick, the aliens are the only reason we're still around. They were turning off all the nuclear silos. They're helping us out, my friend.
What if we are like some sort of entertainment channel for the aliens, and they let us going, and they watch our day to day.
Remember the name of the great band, Alien Ant Farm.
That's right.
all we are.
Wow. Well, I love those movies.
Smooth Criminal. That's a great song.
Yeah.
There was the really bored scientist, and they're having coffee in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, something happens.
Yeah.
And
Beep, beep, beep. Oh, they have their feet up on a desk, and then they quickly kind of stumble with their coffee mug, and Yeah.
You getting shocked?
Yes, my headphones just shocked the hell out of me.
Are you serious?
Well, we've had that set up so when you enter into unprofessional behavior.
Because you lifted your feet up. Well, you
probably
not on the carpet,
some
though.
static electricity.
That was very funny to watch. It was really shocking.
See, just the kind of thing aliens would be laughing at. Oh, God. You see Josh on this new channel? Oh, he's hilarious.
Tom, if you were abducted by aliens and they brought you up on the ship and you saw a room full of men on tables being
probed,
would you immediately start laughing?
Or screaming, one of the two.
Yeah, you're next.
Be like, really? I just thought this was just drunk guys that woke up in the woods and wanted to have an excuse for what was going on back there. Now, Pat, did you say you had a tribute for us?
For what?
To our short story about dogs?
No. Yeah, before, we ran out of time. And
you have a story
we're
for
back.
We
for
seem
the
to have
dogs?
moved on. Would you like to do the dogs?
Well, I think we have to get the story again.
We have new buckets of time, Pat. Before there was an amount of time, and we had to stop. And now
we
we're
emptied
back.
that bucket, and now we have a full bucket of time.
That's right.
What was the story, Christy?
A Canadian man has developed an app that could be called Tinder for dogs. Mr. Colin Jarvis Guam told CTV News Toronto that his free app called...
I hope it's Colin.
Guam Colon. When they do.
Called Pawmates is very similar to Tinder, and users swipe right or left to find canine matchups for their pets to set up puppy play dates.
Dogs on Tinder, hooking up. Better get the hose. Doggy style from behind. They invented it, I suppose. Dogs on Tinder having pups. Boy, you get around. Oh, my doggy, I love you. Always get dogs from the pound.
Nice ending there.
Yes.
A nice positive message.
Yeah.